Welcome. The collective is here for your information, knowledge, and love. What we ask of you is to sit and listen. But listen to the vibration, feel the vibration, enter into the frequency that is each word. It is this frequency, it is this vibration that the healing, information, understanding resides. It is for your ears to hear, but your essence to connect. So allow yourself now to enter into that space of vibration, that space of frequency. Allowing your ears to hear the words, but your essence connecting deeply to each vibration. Welcome. Welcome each and every one of you. Welcome yourself for entering into this space. Welcome yourself as if you were a newborn. Welcome yourself as if you were a new being. Welcome yourself with the gratitude and the love that surrounds you. For it is this that you must understand. With all that is taking place around you in your physical existence, all that is taking place around your planet, it is this space of gratitude. It is this space of welcoming. It is this space of looking at all aspects anew. Understanding exactly where you are. What distracts you? What brings you to some place? What brings you to this thought pattern? What brings you to these understandings? But it is this, for it is you. It is only you. It is your essence. It is your vibration. It is your being that brings you here. It is this to understand your being, your essence, your vibration, your energetic being brings you where you need to be at every single moment, every single breath. So it is to understand what lies before you. Is it what you see through the vision of your physical eyes? Or is it what you see through the energetic presence that you are? For yes, there are distractions, there is turmoil, there is unrest. But in all of it, how do you perceive it? Where do you place yourself? Do you stand firmly in all of it? In all of the disruption, all of the distraction? Is that where you wish to remain? Or do you see it with an eye of gratitude, thanking it, and allowing yourself to remember why you are here? Energetically, why are you here, present in this physical body? You've come to do so much. Each and every one of you have made this plan together. You understand your placement. You understand what lies before you and the challenges that lie before you, but if you understand it with an eye of gratitude, then the challenges do not perceive themselves as they are. Gratitude versus the disruption, versus the welling up of fear, anguish. Gratitude. Gratitude starts centered here in your heart space. That vibration that is you. Gratitude for all things. All things. Not just the ones you wish to place gratitude upon, but all things. No matter how much they affect you, place them into gratitude. For when you do, you are giving it your pure essence of love. That is your momentum. That is your process of moving forward in this existence. That is what will change what lies before you. Remaining in fear, discomfort, the unknowing. Envisioning yourself in the distractions are only slowing your progress on the path that is before you. But it is this new vision of gratitude, this new vision of understanding of all what lies before you. Allowing yourself to understand the peacefulness that lies in the center of gratitude, the peacefulness that lies within that essence of love. It is this that you are here for. It is this that has brought you to this point. For it is your essence. It is your understanding. It is your mission. So take the days to come to begin to understand the vision that is before you. Not the vision from your physical eyes, but the vision from your energetic presence, and placing all things in gratitude. If there are questions, please begin.
Thank you very much for that beautiful opening message. Judy and Jim are feeling a bit under the weather. They would be most appreciative for some light language healing energy to be sent their way, please.
Allow the following transmission to be received by those that wish to have healing. shano ni anaya shono ko no ni no ya hi ya o ya na e chuku ya na ya o Haina hai do wati ana o u di yo no o ya na e u yo no oi ya e ya na a o ya e ya yo to o ya ti ya wa o ya ni te wa o ta di te wa Nyachu ko ono o yasat e na ke o shuto ya ke yasati ki o ya na ya te ki ko chu ko ana ayate ko ya na ka
Thank you very much for that energy transmission. Who was that providing the energy, please?
The energy that was provided is a collective of the higher selves of those that are receiving. The Terra beings of your planet. And Mother Shaman herself.
Beautiful. Thank you very, very much. Elaine has a question about a coin that she is holding. She'd like to know if the coin is real and did it belong to her in other lives or other timelines. And if you wish for the channel to hold the coin, let me know, please.
The presence of this token is one that is linearly placed along timelines. The representation of this token, this coin, is one to be aware of for each iteration of existence. It has appeared over and over as a point of reference. Just as in many lives, there have been periods at which authenticity with oneself, authenticity with what one holds, comes into focus. This is an ongoing cascading effect into this existence. The authenticity itself is not the focal point. The authenticity is referenced for oneself. What is it that you are not being authentic with? What is it that is placing you in this place of authenticity? It is this focal point that reoccurs over and over and over again. It could be said, yes, the coin token, what you wish to be in your presence, has a certain value, but it is not the value that is placed on it. It is the value that is placed on you and what you have to offer. It is this value that is of the greatest understanding. So it is the authenticity of what this represents in your existence. What is this authenticity? You are reluctant to put forth. For many can see the coin. Many can hold the coin, but they cannot see the true authentic self. They see the coin. So it is time to reflect. It is time to reflect on this authenticity. It is now time to understand where this authenticity in oneself will take you. For peering back, life after life, this was the focal point for change. Just as it is now, a focal point for change. So yes, there is authenticity. It is real. It is physically placed in your hand. It is physically real. It is authentic to you because it represents you. Do not be focused on what it represents for others, what value it holds for others, because you must express that value yourself. You must express that authenticity yourself.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Mary Ellen recently found out that her dog Alexandra has a growth on its liver, probably cancerous, but Alexandra's not very old. Is there something Mary Ellen can do to help heal this growth, please?
Find oneself in an energetic sphere that is surrounding this growth, placing yourself energetically around this growth. Begin to explore the energetic connection, the energetic tie. Where is this pointed to? Physically, there will remain a growth, but it will be diminished in energy. One must understand that just as in the human, you agree to come into a physical existence, and there may be attributes that are associated with the physical human, and that is for this life experience. Just as an animal enters into a physical existence, there may be physical attributes that are associated with that physical animal. But what can be said with any growth, with any ailment, with any illness, if one encapsulates themselves around that illness, that growth, envisioning themselves as an energetic bubble around that ailment, and unraveling the existence, looking for its connection of where it has a direct tie. Exploring past existences, future existences, allowing all channels to remain open. You'll begin to witness where it is directly connected energetically. And as you do, allow yourself to disperse that energy. Sever it from its connection. Allow it to begin to disperse. This will energetically collapse what is there, only allowing the physical portion to remain. That then can be addressed from a physical standpoint. So allow yourself that experience to enter into that energetic sphere of healing. This is for all beings to understand. This is for all healers to understand. If you envision yourself within that bubble of energy, that sphere of energy, you have a much clearer vision of where it is connected, and a clearer source of how to disconnect it and allow it to collapse upon itself.
Awesome. Thank you for that helpful information. So we understand that planet Earth has a spirit, Gaia. Does the sun also have a spirit, please?
As with all things, what you represent as a spirit, you call upon the spirit of your planet, Gaia. It's an energetic form, it's a vibration that is present. Yes, your sun, as well as all other planets, all other celestial objects, they all have their own energetic spirit. So yes, if you wish to call upon it, if you wish to learn from it, it is just as easy as speaking to another individual. But finding the right frequency is the difficult part. Many feel they've connected with Gaia, but it is a fleeting connection, because the vibration of your planet is much greater than your physical presence can sustain, just as it is with many things. But it is these small moments of connection that you receive the greatest amount of information. What to do with your planet, how to interact with your planet. The same goes for your sun, your moon, and all other planets. How do you interact with them? What information are there to teach you? Many of you have questions about your sun, of why it is emitting such powerful energy. This is to understand. It is not that it is internally emitting this energy towards you. But you must understand the relationship that your sun holds in the presence of your galactic system. It is a pathway. It is a portal of sorts, allowing a central focused emittance of energy that is coming from outside of your galaxy. Think of it as being a very large receiving station. It is receiving all of the input, focusing and decoding and reorganizing what is needed for Earth, what is needed for the other planets of your system. So when all the packages are gathered, all the information is gathered, and it is ready to be sent, it is emitted from the sun towards your planet. And yes, the amplitude of some of these packets of information are greater than others, and they will have profound effects upon and around your planet and the beings on your planet. But this is purposeful. It has been discussed in the past of the ever-changing, evolving humans. They're being prepared for an evolution. They're being prepared for an ascension. This is exactly what is taking place. So do not be confused when you find yourself witness to this ejection of solar activity. But welcome it, as it is a new change. It is a new upgrade. It is a new process for the human body. And take that discomfort that comes with it and thank it, because you know that at that point you are being evolved. You are being ascended. You're being changed from where you were a moment earlier. The physical body itself, with all of the energy that is around it, aside from your sun, aside from the solar activity, all the energy that is constantly around it, whether it is man-made or made by your planet, it is there. It is affecting you. There's nothing you can do about it other than accept it for the greater purpose in its change in you. Same goes for what comes from the sun. It is there to change you from the inside, prepare you for a greater whole, prepare you for a greater ascension. That is its ultimate purpose.
And are there beings living in or on the sun, please?
There are beings living in and on all planets, including your sun. Your sun itself, again, is a pathway. Many beings are coming into and leaving. There are other planets within your system that they are settled. That is where their space is. Just as you inhabit this planet, there are other beings that inhabit other planets. The sun, there are no true inhabitants. It is more transient, with beings coming and going from different systems, moving through and through, transiting from one location to another.
Thank you. And so other than what you've just spoken of, is there any other special spiritual relationship between Gaia and the sun?
It is the fuel that allows this planet to keep energized. You all understand your placement in your system. It is not by coincidence that you are here and not there, or here and not there. You are in the perfect position to receive all of the fuel from your sun. Just as you receive the packets, fuel, information, fuel, that energizes your energetic body for an upgrade, similar takes place around and through your planet. It is receiving the same type of information, but at a much higher level. That is why many of you sense changes with your physical planet. Many of you hear physically vibrations from your planet. It is the refueling. It is the churn of this energy through and through your planet. That is what sustains this planet. Just as a flower receives its fuel from the sun, your planet receives fuel from the sun.
Perfect, thank you.
This is going out a little bit farther. In the news today, they're talking about the black hole at the center of the universe. Pardon?
That's already on my list, so we'll go there next.
Okay.
The astronomers just revealed a picture of Sagittarius A, a supermassive black hole at the center of our Milky Way galaxy. What would you like to say about Sagittarius A or black holes in general, please?
Each and every one of you has an understanding of what your physical understanding is of a black hole.
No.
It is something that is physical and present. But what enters does not escape. It enters and, as you would say, disappears. It collapses in on itself. It becomes nothing more. In part, that is correct. But what you don't have an understanding of is this. For yes, your existence started with one singular point. All existence started with one singular point. All pieces of matter started with one singular point. That singular point is what you are beginning to witness. The beginning of everything. You are witnessing the beginning edges of where it all has begun. Just as you drop a pebble into water, it creates a ring, but yet the pebble is no longer. You no longer have the pebble. It no longer, for your understanding, exists. It falls to the abyss, but it leaves a temporary hole. This is very similar. At the beginning of all existence, for this particular node of existence, it was as if a pebble was dropped and that ring went out, and what was ejected is what you experience now. So what you're looking at is the beginning edge of that existence. But what lies behind is the true beginning of existence. It is where the pebble exited. There still is time beyond that. These concepts are going to be quite difficult to understand. Your present time is on this side of what you say is a black hole. It is this existence. It is the beginning of this period of existence for this node of existence. When we speak of node of existence, there are multiple nodes of existence, all with one central point of a beginning. So your existence, this existence, with all of its multiple timelines and multiple past lives and potential future lives and parallel lives, and all of that exists, all within one specific node. It all started at that particular point. But just as much as there is on this side of your existence that you understand up to this point, this day, this time, this second, this moment, as it sits right now in front of you, there is just as much time that is on the other side of that, and that is your unknown. It is not a parallel. It is not something that you would recognize, but it is an entirely different existence. That itself cannot be disclosed. For you must understand that portion of existence. If that were to come to understanding, all would start to collapse back into that point, that node, that beginning point. Just as the pebble is dropped into the water, it emits one central point. At a particular point, it will begin to collapse back right into the center of that. That is the awareness of what just took place on the other side. So this is to understand that awareness is not to be breached, because it will begin to collapse right back in upon itself. It is not to say that it won't be known. It will not be known in your existence time. It will be not known in multiple existence time. There will be a finite point at which it all must collapse, and that's where it begins again. The cycle repeats itself. Not repeating itself in the same form that you understand it, but the timelines will begin to repeat itself differently. Understandings will change. You would know it as a new existence in time.
Wow. So if an object were able to transport itself through that black hole, where would it go?
It would enter into that existence, that other existence in time. But once it crosses, as you would know it and understand it, the event horizon, this is the perimeter that surrounds the central ring of this node, this point of existence. Once that is breached, there is no more from your point of perspective. It carries on into a new existence.
Would we call that a new dimension?
This is not a new dimension. A new dimension to you, for your understanding, would be if you could cross from this node into another node of existence. That would be another dimension, because that would be on a different frequency stream. You are in this frequency stream. You are ascending into certain dimensional frequency streams. They have already entered into different dimensional frequency streams. So if you could transition into that node and they are at a much higher dimensional frequency, then yes, you would be in a new dimension. This is not that.
Wow. Fascinating, thank you. So, continuing on this line of thought, I read that an adjustment in the quantum fields of Earth by the Andromedans has occurred, and that we may notice this through the speeding up or slowing down of time. Is that accurate?
This is completely accurate. Many of you are witnessing collapsing of time, speeding up of time, missing specific days, do not understand why this hour is not that hour. You are missing time frames. Yes, there has been much activity. Yes, the Andromedans are the central point for this change, but there are other beings associated with this change. This is to best associate this understanding. This is as if you have parallel time, all associated with one time point, but parallel streams of existence and time. And they are just slightly off. Just as you witness in your existence, you witness a video and the lips do not match the words. They are slightly off. That is exactly what is taking place now. There is a slip in time. This is a readjustment to bring all things back in calibration, all back into synchronization with the appropriate time stream. And in that process, many will witness jumps, regressions, lapses, miscalculations, different time anomalies throughout your daily existence until this process realigns itself. Once it does realign itself, the physical existence is going to feel as if it has progressed significantly forward, but not knowing exactly where they have progressed to, but it will be feeling as if they have progressed significantly forward in their timeline. But just as it's been explained, this notion of timelines and the continuing timelines has a bit eroded. You are in a very free-form existence of timelines. Creation is what your timeline is at this point. For each notion, each movement, each step is a new existence on your timeline, a new portion of your timeline. This is why the time alignment is off. Bringing them back into alignment will jumpstart this alignment again, this feeling of being perfectly in alignment.
And who else other than the Andromedans are working on that?
All races have a part in this. They understand. From the Mantis to the Blue Avians to the Arcturians, the Palladians, the Zetas. You must understand they all have a reference point in readjusting this timeline aspect for this existence. For if it is out of sequence, each one of their connection points is slightly off. So if they are trying to connect and you are here and they are here, the connection is not fully made. Once the timelines are synchronized for existence here, then the entry points for all other beings is seamless.
Fascinating. Thank you for that. Alex asks what he can do to accelerate his ability to communicate with the Arcturians, please.
This goes back again to the alignment process. Communication is crucial. Dedication is more crucial. But not just dedication that you wish to communicate, but it is the verbal expression of communication. For you, it is this verbal expression of communication while you are in existence, while you are centered in your existence. Do not be deterred by what is around you. For they are always present, for they are always communicating to you. But it is this time slip that is preventing some of the greater communication aspects. But the verbal expression allows the vibration to emanate. It allows this pathway to be opened. And in that, it then can be received. The reception will feel very similar to as it always has. But as the time alignment begins to adjust itself and become synchronized, you'll feel an overwhelming change in the communication aspect. The channel will be much clearer. The focus point will be much more dedicated.
Awesome, thank you. Heidi senses someone named Anya trying to get her attention, perhaps Arcturian. Can you tell me about that, please?
This particular being, Anya, she takes the presence of Arcturian, but there has been a hybridization of Zeta connected with this being. So understand that that is who is connecting with you. The greater presence is this. It is the understanding of It is understanding this connection. There is a great motherly protective aspect to Anya. And she is there to watch over you as you proceed in your exploration and your awareness. She is there to place interactions comfortably upon your path. And two, it is the verbal acknowledgement, it is the verbal communication that will begin to lock in and begin to align this communication process. This is information for all humans to understand. The more you verbally connect to whether it is a guide or whether it is your extraterrestrial presence, whether it is another being, a verbal communication is of the highest vibration. It is of the highest intent because it is coming directly from your essence. For if you sit in silence and wish upon having communication, there is a bit of filtration that takes place in your physical mind. Doubt will settle in. But as you begin to speak physically, out loud, with words, the alignment is fully understood. So allow that process to take place. Allow that to be present in you. Allow that to allow the channel to be opened and the communication to be clear.
Thank you. And Donna would like information about her vision. What's going on with her vision? It's more than just physical vision.
There is an aligning taking place with many humans. This is a optical vibrational shift. Many of the physical humans are affected. This vibrational shift with your optical senses is one to be witnessed, that it is not to be focused on what is in front of you, but what is between you and what you're focusing on. It is the vision, it is this physical vision that is becoming aligned and attuned to the energy that is being brought to your planet. If you are gazing upon an object, but yet 6 months ago it was clear, 2 months ago it was clear, a week ago it was clear, but today it is a bit blurry. You wipe your eyes, you put glasses on, you do all the things that a human should do to clear that up, and it does not clear. This is because what is being placed in front of you as far as data, information, downloads, it is all being processed right in front of you. You are filtering your eyes through it. So it is to focus on that, not what is actually being seen in front of you. When you begin to defocus what you're trying to look at and focus on what is in between, this haziness, this bits and pieces of information, you'll begin to sense energetically what is there, and the decoding will begin. You may not physically know what the decoding is. Your physical body will begin to sense it. It will begin to change. It'll begin to align differently. It will pass, but at this point, it is there for some time.
Awesome, thank you. And before we close, are there any remarks? Anything else that we need to know tonight, please?
It is this time that lies before you, this time in your existence, that much is going to be witnessed to. You are witnessing a great change before you. You are witnessing your planet changing before you. You are witnessing what lies beyond your planet changing before your eyes. Your awareness is becoming clear. Much is going to be disclosed. There is change in front of you. And it is this time to give thanks to all the change that has been and will be. Because that's why you have chosen this existence. You have brought yourself here at the pinnacle of change. You have brought yourself here because you chose to be the strongest being for this change. You brought yourself here to experience this for lives to come. So take all of what is taking place around you and give it thanks. All of the distractions, all of the discomfort, all of it. All of it. And give it the love and thanks it deserves, because it is purposeful, every single bit of it. Because you've chosen this existence to experience just what you are experiencing.
Thank you. And before you go, Dade would like to ask a final question, please.
This weekend is the Taurus full moon and a lunar eclipse, and I have participated for decades in an event at a higher self, light body level of light beings that takes place in the Himalayas in a valley called Shambhala. Could you speak to that, please?
The gathering of all of these beings. The essence that you provide, the vibration, the light, this stream of existence that you and others provide allows a collective mass of vibration to cleanse and purge around this planet. So for those that do not participate, if this weekend, this event taking place, if you begin to feel the sense that you must release, honor that, because you are being called to do that. That is the overall projection that is being placed. And with the purging and the clearing, followed right behind with the healing and the comfort. The womb of comfort, the womb of healing. Allow yourself to receive that. Give yourself the time to heal. That is the biggest blessing that can take place with this planet. It is not to say that it is going to be forever changed, but for that moment, the planet be washed in healing, be washed in the purge of all that is not needed. And that will begin a succession of change. Repeated experiences like this throughout your timeline, throughout your planet, is needed. So it is not just one event during one celestial event, but dedicate your own time, your own focus to purge and heal. Not only yourself, others around you, as well as the betterment of the existence of this planet.
Wonderful.
Thank you for that.
Thank you so very much for being present with us this evening.
As always, the collective is here for your information, knowledge, and love.